Ladies, gentlemen, I just saw the sound wave was a bit high there. I do apologise. Coming to you live. All right, let's start. No, I'm not going to edit this. This is real life here. Welcome to episode 24 of Apologies Up Front. I am your host, former Ryan Tuberty fluffer, current nude centrefold for OAP's monthly. For legal reasons, you have to call me Keego. Coming to you live from the car. I had been planning to speak to you. We'll go into why I haven't, but I've been planning to speak to you for ages. But I'm on the way back from the NCT. Let me start from the beginning. I hope you're well. I hope whatever month we are in, I believe it's still May, is treating you well. And I hope June is even better. But just out of the NCT, so for the first time in, I don't know how long, I am fully road legal, I'm fully insured, fully taxed, fully NCT'd. I am driving around now looking for a guarded checkpoint. Although I am holding my phone in my hand while talking to you, so maybe that's not a good idea. But yeah, I just thought I'd have a quick natter before I get home back to work. Yeah, I haven't been speaking to you. It's been a weird month. Yeah, the brain hasn't been working. So May every year is a kind of a tough year for the clan. Like it's a couple of years since we lost the old pet, and it kind of kicks in end of April, and then the first half of May is kind of the run up to that. And you kind of think about all these sort of things that people miss, and you know, I'm not really thinking about my own mortality. I don't really care about that, but it's like you start thinking about what's happened in the last, since whenever you lose someone. You guys know yourselves, if you've lost someone, you kind of think about kind of what these people have missed over that time. And Jeannie Mac, it just upsets me to my core, you know what I mean? How much certain things they would have loved and all that. So yeah, I wasn't really in the mood to talk to anyone. Not that I'm sure you missed it, but just, you know what I mean, every once in a while we need to recharge, and I've just about gotten recharged. So what, aside from that, I'm trying to think what's been going on. Like it's we went to where did we go? Just outside Amsterdam. Brought the clan away to a cousin's house, and they live on like an old farm. So there's like a river running through it. They've got, you know, Vespas. They've got, like, it was just frightening how much relaxation was done over the weekend. And then Monday just hit me like being teabagged unexpectedly, you know what I mean? And that's a frame of reference I don't want everyone to have, you know what I mean? I can't really tell you how I have that frame of reference, but we can move on. But then this week starts and you kind of go, oh Jesus, do we really need to work? And then the mortgage bill comes in and you go, yep, you can only sell one kidney, one liver. We only have one liver, don't we? But it regenerates, doesn't it? But I kind of need as much of it as I can hang on to. Yeah, tonight, where are we? Today's the 24th, I think. Doing one of my favourite drives tonight. I'm heading out to Galway to do a spot in basement jokes in Galway, and yeah, I just love how mad that place is, just in general. And so I think my soul needs a bit of madness. I'd love to stay over, but got to drive back, you know yourselves, real life. And then more gigs pop up. I can't remember now. I don't have them in front of me, but you know yourselves. Yeah, just been kind of really. When I say I've been reading the news, like not bad news. I've been looking for funny news, because like, there's no need to listen or read the news because it's all bad, but it's just, I've been looking for funny news stories. And there was a story, now I don't know if this is funny or not, but there was a story about a trainer in SeaWorld being killed by a killer whale. Now, I know technically it's not funny, but it's when people do things where there's only going to be one outcome that I find funny. You know, skydiver plummets to their death. If you skydive enough times, the parachute won't work once, and that's it. And I guess that's the risk, and that's the adrenaline you get from it, I suppose. But killer whales, like, they're not called "give me a hug" whales. They're called killer whales. If you swim with them, they will kill you eventually. That's why I don't go swimming with killer whales. I also don't go swimming with sperm whales. I'm going to be trying that tonight. I'm going to tidy it up a wee bit. But yeah, the initial story is real though. Someone getting killed by a killer whale while trying to train them. You know what I mean? Do you know what it's like? And this isn't the bit, this is just me talking to you. Do you know what it's like? There's a guy on YouTube called Dean Schneider, right? One of these kind of jacked up rich guys who opened a wildlife park in South Africa or somewhere. And it's not for public. He doesn't let the public in. It's just for conservation, which is lovely. But he has lions, and he thinks he's ingratiated himself with the pride of lions. And so my kids watch it and they go, "Isn't it brilliant?" And I'm watching it too going, "It's brilliant," because I know how it's going to end. They don't know. So I probably won't show them that episode. But this fella, when the lion remembers they're a lion and there's a blonde fella from Switzerland trying to give him a hug, it's going to end the way we think it's going to end. A bit like, Jesus, if a Swiss fella came up to me and tried to give me a hug, I'd give him a slap. Now extrapolate that out to a lion. Oh, it's going to be brilliant. Sorry, I don't really know. As you can tell, I don't really know what I'm talking about. What else has been going on? See, I didn't plan this out, so let me just see if I can open a couple of these, my not gonna lies, and see if I can find anything for you. So let me check my inbox. I haven't looked at these yet, okay? So these can be a mixture of confessions, chat up lines, all that sort of stuff. So let's have a look. I'm dating, this is, send me your confessions. I'm dating someone, but I like you more. Don't know what to say to that. Just, it sounds like your microdosing has become maximum dosing. So maybe go back to the microdosing and hop off the fella. I assume it's a fella you're dating. I don't know. It could be a fella because I'm very popular amongst the gays. I'm the bit of rough. Move on. I hate dogs. That's not the confession we were kind of after on this thing. I think birds aren't real. Have we done these before? I sharted at the mall. You're an American. That narrows it down. I'm going to name and shame. It was Betsy Spear. Probably wasn't Betsy Spear for legal reasons. Much like other... No. I was about to say alleged. It wasn't Betsy Spear. If you're on my Twitter and you see the word ALegged with capital A, capital L, you know who I'm talking about. Just as an aside, right? And again, I am a baby in this comedy game. I know my place. I'll challenge my place, but I know my place, all right? Before I got in the door of Irish comedy, all right, let's just go back to this. By the time I got in the door at Irish comedy, speaking out had happened, right? Importantly, it had happened, and a lot of the scum have been washed away, which was great. But recently, ALegged has made a comeback and sold out a huge amount of shows and all that sort of stuff. And listen, I'm not... people don't know, so it's not really... They don't think about it. Like, when you're going to a show, if you were to think about it, if you were going to any show in the arena or the Olympia or whatever, there's been stuff said about bands and all sorts of bands, comedians, everybody. but you don't know about it. So I think the problem with this is there's two problems. Number one, allegedly put his hands down men's pants. I'm saying alleged because I don't want to get sued, but it's not alleged. I'll tell you how in a second. Let's switch everything around here. If it was me, it's not me. If it was me, and I was putting my hand down women's pants in exactly the same way. Oh, I'm cheeky. Oh, I'm being cheeky. And I put my hand down pants, grab vaginas, all that sort of stuff. What do you think would happen to me? So that's number one. I think there's a bit of the fella, the gropey, should have just pushed him away. I think there's part of that, which is we are learning as we go through all this. Because, listen, Terry Crews did a full-on hour interview where he was talking about having his genitals grabbed. This is Terry Crews, former NFL player, 270 pounds of pure muscle. If you knock over his drink, he's knocking your head off. But still, someone grabbed him by the dick and he didn't push people away. And there are still people saying, well, Terry Crews should have pushed him away. It's very different in how we look at it if we switch genders. If it was me and we switched genders, I'd disappear from comedy. That's part of the problem. And number two, it's a tricky one. Number two, there's a willingness to forget based on if you like a person or not. There's no rule for all. So, okay, alleged groped fellas. We have a video of it, but there you go. Like it doesn't matter. But there's forgiveness based on the likability of a person. But there's also responsibility of people to kind of say, well, do I want to be associated with it? And this is the trick. This is the not the trick. This is the conundrum for a comedian, right? Because these people are on the shows that I would like to be on. And when a promoter hires someone, they're not hiring them based on their religious beliefs, their ethnicity, or anything like that. They are only hiring them because they are funny, and they're only hiring them because people find them funny and will pay for a ticket. And there's nothing else. They're not supporting anything. So it's a tricky one. Like, would I share a stage with someone? A stage, no. A bill, no. A building, that's a different thing, isn't it? Like if they were on the night before and I'm on the night after, I'm not supporting anything. I'm playing in a big venue. You know what I mean? So I think there's certain things that we need to look at here. We either are for washing the scum out of Irish comedy or we're not. You know what I mean? You either have your moral, whatever you want to do, and morals are your own, that's fine. But like, you either have these rules for yourself that you're committed to, or you don't. You know, there are clubs who are against certain other clubs, and that's fine. But they'll hire people who work closer with that club than anybody else that they don't hire. Do you know what I mean? So it's all this sort of weird stuff that happens. That kind of it's all about suiting your own agenda. We either want to, like, I'm 42. Listen, this is great fun. At the age of 42, it's probably never going to be a living. So, like, I don't mind if people want to come at me. But if you're hiring people who, yeah, I don't know what I'm trying. You get what I'm trying to say, but I'm not saying it correctly. It's just an interesting thing. You either want to wash scum out, you either want pests out, or you don't. It's not. You're never half pregnant, and this is beyond important. There are kids getting into comedy who they're not fully formed humans yet. They're learning bad behavior. They're learning to be rotten. They're being treated badly. But people think, the scum has been moved out of comedy. It hasn't. It's still right there. But anyway, just arrived home. I don't really know what I was trying to say, but hit me up if I'm going in the wrong direction. Keegolaughs@gmail.com, Keegolaughs.com. In Galway tonight, Oma in Daly's next week, and then I can't remember what else. Oh, Baru in town, and then something else. Time has lost all meaning, you know yourselves. But most importantly, if anything you've heard today has triggered you, look at yourself and then come talk to me. I didn't go out to trigger anyone, but you're either for washing out scumbags or you're not. So that's what you got to take away. But in real life, out here in the real world, the sun is out. Go get your endorphins in. Turn the laptop off or leave work as soon as you can. Don't let that fester in your mind. I passed the NCT today. I hope you pass the NCT of life. Don't have a fucking clue what that means. But no, I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. I hope you're happy. And I'll catch up. But I just didn't really want to bring you too deep into my mind, because it's not really good for anyone. So yeah, be well, be safe, be happy. You're sexy, you're powerful, you're intelligent. You can run the world. So hire me when you do that. Have a week.